Hi, time to bring you another package of TCN's Public Enlightenment Program on Nigeria's electricity supply sector and efforts to improve it. Glad to have you join us again on Power Wheel. I am Sheung Olagunju. You're welcome. Stakeholders in the Nigerian electricity industry have been charged to shelve the blame game in the Nigerian electricity market, NEM, and take necessary actions within their areas of responsibilities in order to build an efficient and sustainable electricity market that is beneficial to all stakeholders. The market operator, Mr. Moshood Saliman, made the call at the Market Operator Stakeholders Interactive Forum with the theme Liquidity and Infrastructure Challenges in NEM Beyond the Blame Game.
Mr. Saliman explained that liquidity is key in an electricity market and regretted that over 3 years into the privatization of the electricity market in Nigeria and over 2 years of operating the transitional electricity market term, liquidity and infrastructure challenges are still holding the market from growing to its potential.
Lots of blame games are being traded in the market today, but blames do not solve problems. What will solve the problem is our collective ability to take necessary appropriate actions within the various areas of our responsibilities. So our call today is that blame games should stop while appropriate action should start. We all have the responsibility of building an efficient and sustainable electricity market. Efficient electricity market works to the benefit of all: government, investors, and end users. All stakeholders in the market have lots to do in facilitating sustainable growth and efficiency of the market. Therefore, we all need to do the needful.
He commended the federal government for the various efforts at tackling liquidity challenges through facilitating the Nigerian bulk electricity trader, NBET, as the off-taker in the market, as well as the commencement to pay the verified MDA debts.
We need to work towards harnessing the huge unutilized generation capacity, accelerate completion of critical transition infrastructure projects, reinforcement and expansion of distribution network, and deployment of consumer metering. This will enable the market to meet the need of end users as well as revenue recovery for the entire value chain.
TCN's MD, Usman Guru Mohammed, said under his watch, the grid capacity would increase considerably as the company has opened high-level discussions with several state governments for the provision of land for the installation of critical transmission projects for the evacuation of more power. He called on market participants to put in more efforts in order to tackle the liquidity problem in the power sector.
We have left the market operator to operate independently. We have not been controlling it. That is a fact. And when we came in also, we had so many complaints about the fact that everybody wants the market operator to be transparent, especially the market players. We discussed with them and we have commissioned an audit to audit the market operator to provide the basis of transparent performance of the market operator. So as it is now, market operator is very, very independent.
We all know that if we get the power sector right, that we shall unleash the potential of technology, of agriculture, of education, and all facets of our life as a nation. And our destiny in Africa is leadership. We shall not remain the clay-footed giant of Africa. So my own thoughts and the thoughts of very well-meaning Nigerians is let us get power right, because if we get power right, the economy, the social, political security will be enhanced.
In the technical paper titled The Problems of Low Liquidity in the Nigerian Electricity Industry, presented by the first market operator, Engineer Uzoma Achinanya, he described the power sector liquidity problem as a critical underfunding of the sector to the extent that plants and equipment cannot be adequately maintained or efficiently operated.
A market is said to have attained what we call low liquidity equilibrium, when from yourself, from the internal resources of the market, nothing can be done to improve liquidity. He said, look, the liquidity has attained what we call low liquidity equilibrium. There is a gap, which I want to call the liquidity gap. And what is creating this gap? The expected revenue for the power that we throw into the market is high compared to the actual revenue available for the market. But the problem is made worse by the fact that this expectation is increasing. Then actual revenue is going down. So the gap is widening by the day.
Engineer Ahmed Keitafi is the General Manager in charge of Regulations, Market Development and Stakeholder Relations at TCN. His office liaises with the industry regulator NERC, analyzes the operation of the market for future developments and educates the market participants. He tells us more in this interview with Clement Iziolisa and Joy Egbase.
My office is in charge of, it's just like the research and development arm of market operator, and by extension, the Nigerian electricity market. And this office is also responsible for the interfacing between the stakeholders in the market and also training the stakeholders on the market rules and other developments in the market. So one of the things that we do on a regular basis is to organize and conduct what we call stakeholder interactive forum. That's the forum where we bring all stakeholders, key stakeholders in the electricity market together in a forum so that we can discuss the issues of the market, discuss the challenges in the market and try to find solutions. The interactive forum has been very, very effective and is one of the forums where we discuss the challenges in the market. The presently Nigerian electricity market has three major challenges. One is the liquidity challenge. When we talk about liquidity, we're talking about the revenue requirement by the operators in the market and the actual revenue that they're getting from the market. If there's any gap between this revenue requirement and the actual revenue that's coming to them from the market, then we say there is a gap. That gap is what is called illiquidity. The more that gap is closed, the better for the market. But currently, we have very big challenge where the performance of the market is below 30% every month. So it's a very big challenge. So it means every operator in the market, if he submits his invoice, the best the market operator and embed can do is to pay 30% of that invoice. You will agree with me that that's not a good business at all. And that will not attract investment into the industry. The industry at this stage needs a lot of investment. It's one of our biggest challenges, market illiquidity. It's one of our biggest challenges. So both, I think the government is taking bold steps now. Where you may recall that of recent, the government has made some pledges to capitalize embed. A lot of intervention from the government is coming in. Once you have illiquidity issues, illiquidity is inability of the market to sustain itself and also attract investment. When you hear illiquidity, it means illiquidity is inability of the market to sustain itself as well as attract investment. And when the illiquidity is so pronounced, as we have now, when I'm telling you that our performance is less than 30%, so it means we have what we call low liquidity level, LLL, low liquidity level, and that what once we're in the market that's that low liquidity level, there must be intervention for the market to survive, and that's what the federal government is doing. Is coming with intervention of over 700 billion to try to make sure that the market does not collapse. Major objective of TAM is to ensure that all contracts are activated, market performance is to that level where I can attract investment, and there is discipline in the market. TEM is the second stage of the Nigerian electricity market development. After TEM, we have the medium stage of the market before we go to the final stage of the market. The movement to the next stage of the market depends on the performance of the market at this particular stage. So the performance of the market at TEM is very, very crucial. So if TEM is not performing very well, there is no way we can move to the next stage of the market, which is the medium stage of the market. So all efforts are being made, but by all the stakeholders, the ministry, the commission, the market operator, system operator, MBET, all the stakeholders are working hard to make sure that the performance of the market at this stage of the level is improved. And we have better performance that can allow us to go to the next stage of the market. MBET and MO are two agencies that work together. They collaborate. MBET needs MO. MO needs MBET. MBET is here to improve the liquidity level of the market. And MO is here to ensure the sustainability of the market. So both of them are working together to ensure that this market develops, this market grows, this market is performing. So both of us are working together. We have very good relationship. I mean, we cannot afford to have any friction between the two agencies, because these agencies are very, very important to the growth and development of the Nigerian electricity market.
Thanks for staying with us on Power Wheel, TCN's program on the government and stakeholders' efforts at making incessant blackouts a thing of the past in the country. The program will continue shortly. These include plans to reconduct the Okwela-Okene 65 km 132 kV and Ajaokuta-Okene 60 km transmission lines to improve the wheeling capacity of the lines and consequently the quality and capacity of power available at the Okene 2x60 MVA 132 33 kV transmission substation. This project is aimed at boosting electricity supply within Okene and environs and consequently the quality of lives of the people. Mr. Mohammed requested the assistance of the governor to clear sections of the right-of-way of these transmission lines from the border of Kogi and Edo states, under which illegal structures and farmlands have sprung, making patrol of the lines difficult, and to also help with compensation in Kaba. The MD CEO of TCN, Mr. Usman Gur Mohammed, has pledged that the company, under his watch, will ensure the highest level of transparency in the deployment of the $170 million provided by the Agence Française de Développement, AFD, built for the Abuja transmission projects. Mr. Mohammed, who made this known at a joint technical meeting between TCN and AFD held at the TCN corporate headquarters, Abuja, commended the AFD and indeed the French government for consenting to the facility, particularly as no strings were attached to it. The integrated projects, including the design, supply, installation, and commissioning of 330, 132, 33 kV, 132, 33 kV substations, as well as the 330 kV and 132 kV transmission lines in the FCT, are scheduled to be executed with the funds. The TCN MD underscored the need to build world-class transmission infrastructure that would contribute towards achieving efficient transportation of bulk power, just as he lauded the technical committee composed of TCN in-house engineers for taking diligent steps to advance the project, having produced high-quality work on the evaluation, tender, pre-qualification, and environmental impact analysis, among others.
We have taken the preparation of the project that we are doing and the new projects very seriously. We have in TCN, we are working now to also ensure there is high level of transparency in whatever we are doing. And this is what we are doing to implement this project and all projects that we are doing. And I can tell you that we have made some strides. One of the things that we have done is that we have sent some social framework document to you. We have consulted with some of the states because we discovered that we cannot implement those projects without consultation with the governors. And we have considered a team that are going to do the scoping, the preparation of the AFD project. We have set up a team, they are going, they will do everything, they have the capacity to do it because they have done one of the World Bank projects successfully, and this one remains the AFD.
The AFD Country Director, Olivier de la Force, commended the MD and his team for being on track and exhorted them to keep to established procurement standards.
I fully support your goal, delivery. So contractors, they have to deliver. What is important is that AFD, yes, as a donor, international donor, we use the best international standards in terms of procurement, among others, not only procurement, but also in terms of social and environmental guidelines. And of course, yes, the project has to be carried out respecting these considerations.
Here's wishing the head transmission service provider, TCN, Engineer Tom Uwa, and wife hearty congratulations on the traditional marriage ceremony of their daughter, Onyinyechi, to Ifeanyi. As part of his familiarization tour of TCN facilities, the MD, Usman Gur Mohammed, was recently on a visit to Ganwo Work Center, Kwara State, where he revealed that after the review of the Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition SCADA system, its newly set up procurement team would visit the station and check for its perimeters.
The MD, who was received on arrival by the Principal Manager, Engineer Kolade Adelakun, in his presentation gave a brief history of Ganwo Work Station, which was established in January 2009 to solve the issue of high power instability in Kwara State.
The Work Center comprises of Goma 330 kilovolts substation itself, Goma 132 kV substation, Ilorin 132/33 kV substation, Omuaran 132/33 kV substation. In Goma 330, we're having a 2x150 MVA transformer. In Goma 132, we're having a 2x60 MVA transformer. And at Ilorin, we're having one 60 MVA transformer and one 30 MVA transformer. At Omuaran, we're having a 2x30 MVA transformer.
We discovered that there is high frequency around Jos area. The line of the NIPP has a significant problem. I ordered the emergency procurement of 3 reactors under the World Bank project. So if you look at the advertising, you see that there was advert on on critical paths and reactor that we did recently. So we wanted to put a reactor in just one in Makodi and one in Kote. Yes, but now that you have told me this, we're going to see how we're going to do it.
Now, all work and no play, they say, makes Jack a dull boy. Apart from being an interesting sport, football is known to encourage physical fitness, promote camaraderie and unity. That's why the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, accepted the invitation of the MD of the Nigerian Electricity Liability Management Company, NEMCO, Bayo Fagbemi, to participate in a novelty match. The match, which was organized by the NEMCO management to foster a strong bond between the two sister agencies in the power sector, ended in a 2-2 draw despite TCN playing away. The five-a-side match, which took the usually busy executives off their hectic schedules to unwind, witnessed skillful display of football artistry from the two teams, made up of some top management staff of the companies at the Emerald Park opposite the NEMCO office.
Hey! Whoa!
Supporters from both sides did not disappoint in cheering their respective teams for the superlative performance. Speaking after the match, the MDs of TCN and NEMCO, who were the captains of their teams, gave the reasons for the match, expressing the need for more of such friendly matches.
We decided to organize this to enable us bond together as an agency, and we just realized that we do a lot of work. We concentrate more on trying to accomplish our mandate, and at the end of the day we observe that our staff wear out easily. Scientists have proved it that bodily exercise is very profitable.
We know the impact of exercise on our performance, and you know, as a person generally, I'm somebody who believes 100% in exercise. Every morning I do a minimum of 10 kilometers of exercise, jogging every day. Therefore, something like that was mentioned to me, I see that something that I can easily accept. Not only that, you know, we and NEMCO, we are one and the same organization, but we are working together. While we are trying to work to establish the infrastructure, NEMCO was created to take away our liability, so that those liability will not encumber our performance. So there's no reason why we should not work together, and this kind of game will also bond the relationship and ensure that whatever we have some gray areas, when we play like this, we'll smoothen it and make it easier.
I'm quite impressed with the participation of everybody. This is a very difficult game to play because the circumference of the place is very small. So you must, at every given point in time, it's either if the ball is coming to you or you are moving towards the ball. So I am impressed. It shows that a lot of people are exercising.
The staff of both companies who turned out en masse expressed happiness at the social event, which is another proof of the cordial relations between operators in the power sector, while hoping for more of such.
We've been able to go thus far. I mean, an equalizer with NEMCO. It's a team spirit here and there. Everybody participating. The entire staff at least try to cheer us up.
Yes, the match ended 2-2, but in all, I think participating in the game is all that matters. This has been a bonding opportunity for the two teams.
I was a goalkeeper when I was much younger, so finding myself to do it now is like just recalling old tricks.
That's Power Wheel for this week. We're glad you were part of it. As we round off, please note that we're aware that the power sector faces a lot of challenges at the moment. Though enormous, they are not insurmountable. Do not jeopardize efforts at providing stable electricity through selfish acts of vandalism, stealing or destroying power equipment under whatever guise of sabotage, and keep us all in perpetual darkness. Be patriotic. I am Sheung Olagunju. Thanks for watching.